welcome to Unlocked Radio here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. It's Monday, December 16th.
Something like that.
2013. We're not going to be saying 2013 for very long, and I guarantee you as soon as the new year comes around, we're going to say 2013 by accident.
We got, what, 3 more episodes?
I think not even.
Days?
Because, yeah, probably.
Counting today, we have 3.
Yeah, today we're doing a little impromptu episode for you here. We got some guests on the show, and we're just, instead of our usual, typical news and everything else like that, we're just kind of going to go on about what we've been into recently, what we like about stuff that's been in the past, our favorite games of all time, that stuff.
It's been a few months since you heard our opinions on anything not new.
Yeah, that's very true. Some of it's going to be new. We won't lie to you. I mean, the world is our oyster here tonight, and we have a few. We have a couple new. We have, I think, one new face really.
Yep,
Chip,
one new face.
Introduce your friend here that we have on the show. One of our lucky viewers on the show tonight.
Obviously, we all know my beautiful, beautiful girlfriend, and yeah, Bambi.
Bambi,
for the record,
she who shall not be named, or
yes. And then we have we're welcoming my good friend Craven Dragon, and yeah, tell us about yourself, bro.
On the spot.
What is your favorite game of all time?
Favorite game of all time, I'd have to say probably the original Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. All right, so we have
also a Green Lantern fan, by the way. So we're gonna have a little debate at some point. I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some DC arguments here. Yeah, so you guys know
study
Bambi,
that DCology.
The newest edition, Craven here. We have the other half of on my side here, my girlfriend Dina here, who you've seen on the show. Say hello.
Hello.
All right, so kind of got those two are kind of pulling off to the side here, and then we have our resident gaming expert Matthew Dixon here on the show again for like the 5th time.
Yo,
Starting to become a frequent thing. We might want to start giving him like a check or something. I don't know.
Maybe we could just get him an actual chair.
Maybe we could get him an actual chair. Have him just right here in the middle.
I could take a chair. Chair would be cool.
Chair might not be a bad idea. We'll think about that for Christmas. Anyways,
yes.
So don't forget to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/unlockradio. Twitter, follow us at unlockradio. YouTube.com/unlockradio. And if you have any problems finding any of our information, really, really simple way to do this, just go to unlockradio.com.
Yep, that's going to give you all the information that we plug in here. It's going to link to our Facebook, link to our YouTube, link to our Twitter.
Watch
give you calendars
shows,
and everything else.
blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. It'll all be on there. And you'll even see the little banners and everything from Morning Show Central Radio Network, the people who make this all possible, with other
Love
such
you
shows
guys.
like High on Sports coming right after us at 7 o'clock. And they're going to be talking about all things sports. They're going to be crying about how the Browns lose all the time.
It's a rebuilding decade.
It's a rebuilding decade and a half. And then they're going to...
rebuilding score. We got 4 more years to do something.
And they're going to be telling you all about, everything you need sports-wise, like how you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, and you can pick off Eli Manning. They're going to be doing stuff like that. They're also going to be having, right after that, it's going to be High on, or everything in between with our good old friend Tom Von Erich, who's pretty much, he was kind of our gateway drug into the radio business in the first place.
Yeah, so a nice little shout out to him.
Yeah, he's going to be having, I'm not entirely sure what the name of the band is, but he's going to be having a band on here if you guys want to get into live local music and everything else, that he's your go-to guy, so check that out from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight and every Monday night. You can see that, see all sorts of new stuff, concert venues and everything else going on. We also have Toys for Tots.
Yes, we do have Toys for Tots. Unfortunately, today is the last day, so bring toys now.
Hurry up, get to the dollar store, open the package, bring it in, because they have to be out of the package in order for us to accept the Toys for Tots.
Well, no, it just has to be unwrapped.
Oh, it has to be unwrapped, sorry. Okay.
It can be in the package. Please bring it in the package, actually, but it has to be unwrapped.
Sorry. Yeah, no Christmas wrapping paper, especially not the Jesus wrapping paper that my uncle gave me one time. It was kind of weird. Just a bunch of little different colors. There was red, green, blue, all sorts of different things, and there was just a picture of Jesus over and over and over again.
I was smart. When I wrap his presents, I wrap him in dreidel paper.
Oh, there we go. See, I think maybe it was just irony there. Jesus is a carpenter.
It's not as bad as a
I mean, Jesus was a Jew.
He was, yeah. So it worked out. And then later on, I found out that the same exact image that was on the wrapping paper was they had Jesus Band-Aids. They're the same thing, and I'll have pictures. I'll throw them up on the Facebook pages. They're kind of weird.
That's not awkward.
Yeah, it's not awkward to have Jesus on your hand.
Jesus, heal me.
Yeah, Jesus loves you. It's actually a really assuring thing to hear in church, but a really horrifying thing to hear in a Mexican prison.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, getting into the gaming stuff. Now we got Craven to share with us his favorite game of all time. I kind of want to go around and get your favorite games of all. Like, if you had to pick one Bambi, what would your favorite game be? Favorite game of all time in the history of mankind?
Oh no.
Boogerman. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no. Oh my God. Oh no.
All right, give her a minute to think. Let's move on to someone who's a little more
Please.
decisive. Because this may take her the entire episode to figure out.
Yeah,
While she's booting up.
Could
we'll
I give
move
like
on.
7 answers?
No,
Can I
we
do that?
got to give just one. I'm going to be going over a little bit about that. It's one thing that I kind of want to get into a little bit, which is kind of interesting. But
I still rant and rave. Conquers Bad Fur Day.
Conquers Bad Fur Day. He goes over. I'm going with the standard Ocarina of Time. I got to go with that. Out of most recent games,
64.
Right. All right, Dina, if you had to pick a favorite game of all time.
Probably The Sims.
The Sims? Okay.
Love it.
I do like The Sims a lot. I just don't think it's my favorite game of all time. I do like all the stuff that you can do with it. It's pretty.
Have they
it's
come
a pretty
out with the
across
Sims?
the board.
Yeah, have they come out with the Sims Mass Murderer?
No, they
edition yet?
haven't. They haven't done that.
Waiting.
Although there
Waiting.
is a criminal career track in all of them now, and then it gets a little bit more in depth.
Yeah,
in
but
the
I want
reasons.
like to be a mass murderer. I want to be an urban legend.
Yeah, that's called Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, but I want it in the Sims.
Yeah, well.
Oh God.
No, because
I-
it's not going to be as funny. You have to point and click on the person. You pull up the menu. It goes murder, how to murder, like knife,
Beat
gun.
hooker, steal
That's
wallet,
not boring. That's interesting.
hit
I
with
guess
car.
that would be kind of interesting.
I'm just saying I would get a great satisfaction from killing every single character in the Sims world.
I just don't want the little puff cloud of them fumbling around on the floor how they normally do when they have sim fights. I want to actually
They
have something
slap
real.
each
I
other?
want them to like you stab and like
Wait,
blood
no.
actually splatters on the screen.
Oh my God.
Have Sims crime scene investigations.
Dude, what if you could set up a Sims world like Saw?
CSI.
Like you could set up a Saw.
Oh my
puzzle
God, that'd be
in
awesome.
Sims.
That'd be so cool.
Dude, that would be the best.
That would be
Sims,
awesome.
take
Yeah,
this
it would.
idea from us.
Yeah,
Give us
there we
money
go.
for it right
Going
now.
to
You can
build
design
mode.
your own traps.
Going
Chip,
into build mode.
Sauce
and buying
Perfect game
tribes.
for you is the Jurassic Park theme park maker,
I
where
was-
you
I was
could
thinking about
actually
that.
get the dinosaurs to attack the guests.
I was thinking, like,
about that, but that's not quite brutal enough for me.
I was thinking about
Naked
blood.
explosion.
I mean, it could be pretty brutal. You got a bunch of guests by the Velociraptor cage, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, no more cage.
I'm just saying, Conquer's Bad Fur Day had that zombie scene where you get to shoot Michael Jackson and Britney Spears zombies with a revolver that has a scope, like a laser scope for some reason. Yeah,
That's a Dawn of the Dead reference.
Same for me, had a
Get
zombie
Burt
thing.
Reynolds.
yeah. Then they also had, hey, make these cows drink prune juice and then have a bull spear them and it splatter them everywhere. Epic.
The cows might be a Diablo reference. Who knows?
There is
I
no
was-
cow level.
The
It's
cow
like
level-
Fight Club,
The cow level
which
is
I
so
just screwed
epic.
up too.
Oh yeah, it is. It's so pretty.
There is no cow level. However, there is a unicorn and rainbow.
Yes, there
With
is.
teddy bears trying to hug you to death.
I don't really want to murder a bunch of have mass murdering of unicorns. There's gonna be chrome blood everywhere.
No, it's gonna be awesome. 'cause
Voldemort
it's
would be
like,
so happy.
Oh God.
But you're sitting there looking around on all the ground. You're like, I can see my reflection everywhere.
No,
So
man,
much
it's like what
blood.
you want to do when you want to kill Care Bears. You just play that level in Diablo 3 and you just murder them.
All right, Bambi and Dixon. Have either of you narrowed your favorite game down?
I think
I
I've got
narrowed it
mine.
too.
And mine's out there. It's on the original Xbox.
Okay.
It's got to be Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yes.
Coder 2.
Coder
It's
2. All right.
Just for sheer gameplay, and the story was great.
Oh,
and
dude.
just everything about that game was rocking, man.
I do.
It really was. That was a phenomenal game.
The
So
the
many
Coder
facets
series
of
is
just
real good.
pure epicness.
Absolutely.
So-
And then no one else will rep the original Xbox, so I got to give it some kind of
No,
love.
that's true. Most people
Hey,
won't
hey,
do
hey.
It was
that.
one of 7 good games.
Don't get me wrong.
Well,
I
Max
love
Payne. I love that. But
That was good.
Yeah.
I love my original Xbox. I really do, and I love all the games I got for it. Luckily, I avoided majority of the games released for that system.
Yeah, you had like 12, and then that was it. Like 12 was the maximum. If you had like a 13th game, people looked at you funny. Like, what?
Guys,
You had like
guys.
SWAT Tactical Force.
What about Enter
What
the
is
Matrix?
this?
Give Enter the Matrix some love.
No.
That was
No.
okay, don't give Enter
All
the
right.
Matrix some love.
We're not
Bambi,
in
what
here.
about
We're-
you?
we
Have we
talked
got a
about
game
that
yet?
game.
I narrowed it down to 2, but my heart, my love, my soul will always belong to Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. Okay, and that's gonna appeal to probably a lot of our viewers, like in Kingdom Hearts. A lot
Note
of
to
our-
Christmas list.
Kingdom Hearts 1.5.
HD collection's $40.
Right.
Already got
Sorry,
it.
so we've got them all down here. Our favorite games of all time. Obviously, no one settled on the same. So that's a pretty good sign of things to come for the rest of the episode. Now, what I would like to do is go on to if you had to narrow it down to in the last decade, what your favorite game would be. Let's go. Actually, I want to start. Let's have Chip start with our favorite game of the decade.
I gotta think about this one for a second.
Okay, let's move on to Craven.
Can it be a singular
Hands
game
down,
or a
Assassin's
series?
Creed. The whole series is
The
just
whole series.
awesome.
Yeah.
So we can do series. Good,
I want to
because
bring
I
up
want to
like
do
the
a
fact
series.
Probably can't even see it, but Assassin's Creed logo on the phone, Assassin's Creed tattoo on the wrist, so I'm not going to even bother having
Assassin's Creed underwear and dick ring. Oh.
I don't know about this.
You went through my closet?
I guess I ruined Dina's Christmas present. I'm terribly sorry about that. Sorry, Rio. Guess you're going to have to get something else pierced for her.
Damn. I was kind of worried about that one, too. It seemed like it might be kind of painful because I could still stab myself with the point of it.
Yeah, not to mention getting caught in the zipper would be so much easier.
You should just get a hidden blade tattoo down there, man.
Fucking tell. Oh. Well, it kind of is.
The bad thing is I'm a piercer.
Oh, jeez. All right, so we got Assassin's Creed series down. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's not going to be my favorite of the decade, but I'm going to try to come up with something different. I had some different in mind. I do like that whole entire series, though, but I can't just pick one of them. So that's really one of the reasons I won't put that in there. Bambi, do you have one for the decade?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the first two, but I love Saints Row 3.
Okay. Saints Row the third, and then what was the new? You were like all about the new one.
The fourth
I
one,
still
yeah.
am.
And going on with like the dubstep gun and all sorts of weird stuff that you can do.
No, I can kill people with bugs. You don't know how epic that is.
It's pretty epic.
That may be epic, but I'm still saying the America gun.
Oh my god.
I love America weapon.
It shoots like fireworks and like it's every gun known to man behind one trigger.
You're shooting mortar shells, rockets, fully automatic machine gun, flamethrower.
I figured.
Dear God.
I think that the American gun would be
Because
just
America.
a triple shot with Indians, and like 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians. I think that would be nice.
America, where bigger is better, and everything's controlled by one trigger.
We're bored. Let's put all these
Every-
guns together.
Just
Yeah.
have an attachment for a cyborg Jesus, throwing out fetus hamburgers and flamethrowers.
Don't forget my grizzly bear throwing laser-guided sharks.
It'll be the most epic boss of
No,
all
the
time.
Shark-O-Matic was
It'll
a
be
big
on the
one on
back
that.
of a pickup truck. Cyborg Jesus in
It's
the
like a
back of a
turret.
pickup truck, hamburger in hand, just tons of bacon flowing out the side of it, and the fetus baby, and that's the weak spot. You have to shoot the
Yeah.
fetus baby head, and then he kind of goes, "No, my baby head," and then you have to pop him in the eye.
Put it like something in his chest, kind of like Krang from Turtles.
But Cyborg Jesus has 3 hearts, and they're
Yeah.
all in a perfect triangle, and there's gold triangles around it. It looks kind of like the Triforce.
All right.
Sounds like you're
Except that
explaining a
one's
boss
red,
fight
one's
from
white, and
Bayonetta.
one's blue.
Yeah. All right.
No.
Where did this imagination come
Right?
from? Kickstarter this
I know.
shit.
All of a sudden, we got creative, guys.
All right. What about, we have 2 more over
my
here.
God.
Favorite game of all time.
For
Sorry,
the
not all time,
decade.
but the last decade. Yeah, we already did all time.
It's got to be a series, and I hate going with the
You're
same
gonna go with
company and the
Uncharted,
same
aren't you?
publisher. No, I'm gonna go with Mass Effect.
Mass
man.
Effect. Oh God.
Every
yes.
single game was so good. It was so unique and innovative every single time. And then on top of that, they got better. Like they kept the good things and they didn't get rid of things that people didn't like just because they didn't like them. Like they kept the core game. It was great.
Right,
Buy
right.
new games, but keep the old.
All right, Dina. If you had to go with the last decade, I'm pretty sure she's gonna say Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Well, he knows his girlfriend, and I know mine.
Well, dude, it's got replay value. I see that. All right, so Left 4
yeah.
Dead is yours.
Oh yeah, both of them.
Yeah, I
Well,
see. I don't
the-
like
All
Left
the
4 Dead
both
too,
of them.
but
All the both of them. Yes.
All of the both of them.
Yes.
Okay, and
I don't
Rio.
For me, I'm gonna have to go with Sleeping Dogs. I'm sorry.
Nice.
The Sleeping Dogs I'm gonna go with because I mean they have like the open world. I like open world games. I like having a variety of things to do. Yes, I can go through the story missions and I can run around. I can kill people. I can just go off and do like random side missions and things like that. Find all sorts of different ways to make money and everything. And you can run around and beat the crap out of everybody,
Don't
except for
lie.
the one fat guy in the silk button down shirt with his hairy chest coming out. For some reason, he's the hardest guy in the entire game. He's harder than any of the bosses. He's harder than any of the main characters. He's just. For some reason, no matter what you do, he will just throw you to the ground over and over again. I don't quite understand
He's
that.
another playable character. That's actually you're challenging someone in Korea to a fight, and that's the problem.
Oh, yeah, that might be the problem.
As we all learned from my StarCraft experiences, please do not join Korean servers
don't
for
fight
your
them.
own health.
Don't go against Korea. Like,
Well, no, just their gaming industry. The rest of them, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so I finally came up with mine. I'm gonna go with Darksiders.
Darksiders, okay.
Darksiders was so epic to me. It was just a bloody Zelda. It was God of War meets Zelda, and I loved it.
And that's how I sell it every day too. And people are
Yeah.
like, "What's this game like?" I'm like, "Dude, it's God of War meets Ocarina of Time." And they're like, "I gotta have it."
Yeah,
Like, it's
it
that
is
good.
so incredible. It's phenomenal. My God, I'm still pissed that it froze on me, and I haven't played it since. But
Womp womp.
You should jump on that.
yeah, I think I gotta plug my Xbox back in.
Yeah. So
That's
Dark
not-
Side,
that's a
again, all sorts of
sin.
different responses. The closest to probably would have been like me and Craven agreeing on Assassin's Creed, on the Assassin's Creed series. I was thinking Mass Effect. I thought that was a really good series. Unfortunately, I didn't get to actually play through all of it myself. Most of it was watching other people play. So that one wasn't up top on my list. And I figured I was the only one who was going to say Sleeping Dogs. But, we got a lot of those ones out. I brought up a list of people for different magazines and websites and stuff like that try to do like a top 10 games of all time, and seeing how different it all got.
I'm looking at the first one on that top list there, and dear God.
Ocarina of Time is on this first top list, and on Unit Gamer is Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Game Rankings has Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and then we have Portal Valve 2007. We got Portal again, then Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time again, Super Mario Kart on the top of this one, Legend of Zelda, and then we got Out of This World out of nowhere from 1991 on Action Buttons playlist, or on Action Buttons top 10 list. Then we have just Legend of Zelda, the original Nintendo one from Game Informer magazine. Empire magazine throws up Super Mario World. Edge magazine throws up Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time comes up a lot. But oddly enough, on all of these lists, if we do all the math on it, it still comes up less than 40% of the time at number one. So it's really kind of hard to see. Like, you got Super Mario Brothers again, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots on someone's number one for a Game Board.
With number 2 being Ocarina of Time.
With number 2.
And then Final Fantasy VII. I feel we should mention that too.
Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Followed by Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7 is high up on a lot of people's list too, but I never got to really give my full-on rant on how overrated Final Fantasy 7 is.
Yeah, everyone got cut off on that.
Everyone loves Final Fantasy 7, and I figured I'd piss a lot of viewers off, but honestly, it's one of the most overrated games I can think of. The characters are super static and just emo, and like Cloud was an emo bitch. I'm sorry.
Mega Man 2 overrated.
Sephiroth was even a more emo bitch. And like,
Sephiroth was badass.
like,
he was.
I'm Baird. I'm the big black guy. I'm angry, and I got a gun for a hand. Like, are you serious?
But I can't shoot it.
I'm Vincent. I'm an emo vampire. Imagine.
Cried more than freaking Cloud.
That led into Twilight.
You know what though?
Oh, God.
The only thing I could say to defend that game, because it is a good game. It's not like it's a bad game. It's like a case of the fandom making the game terrible.
Right.
Like, it was built really well, and it should be in a spot like Ocarina of Time and like the original Legend of Zelda and Mario and stuff, because it did change the way everyone looked at stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it just got so overhyped because it was just every teen Japanese girl's wet dream that
Right.
it just got overhyped, and then the fandom killed it.
And
It's
then
like everything good, man.
Yeah, not
everything
to mention it was
good.
the first one to finally go into like technically modern times. Like, it was actually futuristic versus like all like medieval and mythical
Yeah, it was
kind
that
of
cool
stuff.
Wait, hold on.
steampunky Mako.
Right.
It gave my PlayStation an epic death.
Wait, hold on.
Killed my
What
PlayStation.
Girl's like orgasm was Vincent being able to walk up like the stairs. He couldn't walk up the stairs in those pony shoes. He just fell down the stairs. Like, what girl wants to be with that?
Every Japanese girl born
Yeah,
between
they all
91
they're
and
all about
like present day.
all about Sephiroth and his long beautiful hair and Cloud.
No,
and
they're
all
about
that.
him for the big
and then,
sword.
And then all the
Cloud was sensitive.
all the
Big
fanboys fapping in their bedroom over Tifa and her huge tits. So you
I
pretty much all
fapped
over the
over
place.
that-
now
Tifa was
Aerith-
awesome.
That was fap worthy.
Final Fantasy VII did have one of the Final Fantasy VII did have one of the saddest deaths. I will give it that. It had a couple good things as far as its story goes, but like overall, I feel like it was. There's at least 3 other Final Fantasies that are better than that.
Oh,
than that
9
one.
all
Yeah,
day.
9 was
Crystal
I thought that was really
Chronicles.
good.
That was actually really good.
I
First one, not any of the other ones.
I still like Mystic Quest.
I was iffy on Crystal Chronicles, and then when I played it, I was like, this is actually good.
It's like games like Wind Waker and Borderlands where people see cell shading and they just don't like it. And they're like, this is cell shaded. It must be for kids and it's cartoony.
Yeah.
And you go, no, this game is amazing. And the reason
I still
you don't want
couldn't
to
get
play it is
over it.
dumb.
Yeah.
Well, people
I couldn't
talk
get
about
over the
Last
Wind Waker
Airbender, too.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like all right,
Until M. Night
Sephiroth.
Shyamalan ruined it.
You got to think about Sephiroth as a main villain in Final Fantasy compared to other Final Fantasy main villains. Like
Or
granted,
other main villains in general.
Kuja was.
Kuja wasn't the final boss. That giant black globe of death was the final
chaos.
boss. And the summons in that game being
Yeah.
bosses were sweet, dude. The whole city just stands up and starts fighting Bahamut. It didn't get much better than that.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff is like a little better. I'm thinking like going back to Final Fantasy 3, like chaos.
Oh yeah, dude.
Can put Sephiroth to shame.
All day, every day.
Let's say, all right. Moving on this list, though. Got Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Right here we have Half-Life 2 on Stuff Magazine's top list, which I think is awesome.
Followed by Ocarina of
And then we
Time.
have followed by Ocarina of Time. Tetris is
Followed by
on
Ocarina of
someone's
Time.
thing. Followed by there's a lot of Ocarina of Time up there.
We should also mention all the GoldenEye and Final
Elite.
Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I'm going with just the number ones, and then Ocarina of Time again, Super Mario Brothers again, Deus Ex on some ones from the 2000 version. Not Deus-
I'm just saying, I've seen
Deus
one
Ex
list
version.
so far that didn't have Ocarina of Time on it.
On it, yeah. Yeah, so there's a bunch of them. Like, I'm
Oh,
gonna
there was-
scroll past
wow.
there were like 55 different lists.
I'm glad we're not letting you read all those
No,
number
I'm not
ones.
gonna read off every single one of them.
Yeah, we
But
might
then
need like 3 weeks for that.
going down to the math. Ocarina of Time ended up being obviously the number one overall, followed by Super Mario 64 as number 2, number 3 being Tetris, number 4 being Final Fantasy 7, 5 being Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which I definitely feel should be up there.
Yep.
6 being GoldenEye, 7 being Super Mario Brothers, the original, 8 being Half-Life 2, 9 being Doom, and 10 being Super Mario World. Now, does anyone agree or disagree with that overall, as for the top 10?
I think people should stop shit talking Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right? It's all over it.
They have it
Hold on.
nailed down.
Are any of these not Nintendo? Oh, Half-Life.
Yeah,
Doom.
let's see.
Tetris, Final Fantasy.
Technically, Final Fantasy VII wasn't Nintendo. That was PlayStation.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's the only one. Tetris, technically, I guess no. Tetris was sort of Nintendo.
Tetris
first.
was
Nintendo Game
licensed
Boy.
by Nintendo.
It was it was
Yeah.
started on the Game Boy. Actually, no, it wasn't. No, it started PC.
No,
Tet-
Tetris started Tetris.
Tetris, yeah,
It
Tetris
was an
Like,
arcade.
it was
yeah,
an
but-
arcade, yeah.
yeah.
But Nintendo owns it.
And
so.
then, the first console I went to was Nintendo, but that's because there really wasn't many other options back then.
Well, they also bought Atari back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
And
They
then,
bought themselves back, but they owned them.
Yeah, that and Half-Life 2 are pretty much like the only ones in the top 10. Oh, Doom. Doom wasn't. Yeah,
Okay, so
there
out
you
of the
go.
top 10, 3 of them are not
3
Nintendo.
of them are not Nintendo.
Yeah.
And those
specifically.
3 are PC.
Yeah, kind of. And then going on to different ones, you get Resident Evil 4, Super Metroid. Chrono Trigger is at number 14 overall, which I feel like should be higher considering I don't know. My opinion, Chrono Trigger is probably the best RPG ever made.
And you know what? More people would share it if more people played it.
That's true.
Yeah.
They haven't remade it either, so you can't really get it. It's a pain.
They need to remake that, and I think they need to remake the Golden Suns.
Yes. Very
All
much so.
3 of them were like wet dreams to me. Granted, not quite as out. Like the reason I like Conker's Bad Fur Day above everything else is because everything was in that game, and they did it well. But when it comes to typical RPGs, Golden Sun and Fable are like phenomenal series. Although
Very good.
Fable got
I
worse
did
as
like
it
Golden
went.
Sun. Golden Sun was probably the best handheld RPG
Oh,
that you could possibly come across.
It was even better than Conker's Pocket Tales.
This guy in Conquer, I swear to God.
I have a hard on for the
Everything
squirrel, okay?
Conquers. You want to talk about it?
How about I show it?
Oh. All right, that's gonna have to take us to a break. But no, seriously,
Oh.
we still got 5 more minutes before we end up getting out of here.
All right.
for a quick little break.
It only
So
takes
we've
5
got
minutes.
we've
Wow.
got
To show the hard on, yes.
so everyone had
I have to make sure the camera pans out far enough to get it.
Bambi.
everyone had differing opinions on their favorite game of in history and the favorite game of the last decade. What about everyone's like current favorite? Like what you've been into in the last like few months, what you've been playing the most out of.
Diablo and DMC.
Diablo
if it's a
3
classic
and
stuff.
Diablo and DMC.
Diablo and DMC.
Diablo
Diablo-
3 and Assassin's Creed 3.
Not Run DMC like Devil May Cry. So
Diablo 3 and I've been playing Terraria.
Oh, that game's
Terraria,
great.
sorry, my bad.
Now-
Terraria.
Terraria. Okay, so
Minecraft stole from it.
now there are Terraria isn't one of the most popular like titles and everything. So could you tell the viewers and everything else? So then for the guests who have not played it, so kind of get a little bit on the conversational side. of it.
It's kind of hard without really ticking off the Terraria players by referencing it because a lot of Minecraft players would understand it a lot better. It's a 2D world where you have to mine and build your own house and you make weapons, and you fight zombies, and you're just trying to survive in this world that you created.
Now, it did come out before Minecraft, and it did have weapons before Minecraft. So that should tell you something here, guys. Why Minecraft became so popular, I don't know.
Because it was a full 3D and not just a 2D.
Yeah,
That's the only reason, because Terraria is great.
Oh yeah,
Like, that game is a lot of fun. It's not really my cup of tea, but that game is pretty.
it's epic.
That's
It's
the only thing.
huge.
Is like, I know
You
about
can
the
dig
game,
to
I just
hell.
don't want to play it.
Yeah.
You can
Something
dig to
similar.
hell.
You can dig
fight
through
demon
hell.
Bats, dude.
You can dig through hell.
Oh yeah.
Like,
gonna take
you
away
can
some
just
time.
go for hours just exploring
Oh,
stuff.
I mean,
and it's
3
great.
hours and you're not even like to your
Close.
first
No.
major weapon.
My little brother had me play with him, and he had like obviously gotten really far in it. So he threw me an axe. I'm like, I'm just gonna dig. I'm just going straight down, and I found so much stuff. Just
Worst
going
thing you could
straight
do.
Down. Oh, I don't know. I didn't want to learn about it. I just wanted to just mess around. So I'm like, I'm just gonna dig straight down. And I
Dig
found
straight
some
down and then try to
craziness.
find a way to tunnel your way back up.
Yeah.
That was
Good
Chip's
luck getting
first
back
time
up.
playing
That was
Terraria.
how
No,
I
I
did
died
it.
a few times, man.
Yeah, when you find those caves, it's a bad time.
No, it's actually worse when you jump into a world that your friends have been playing, your roommates have been playing, and one dug a big hole straight to hell, and your port is right where that hole is, and you just fall and die.
All right, and I'm not
pretty
playing that world anymore. See, my idea actually was to end up going across the entire map and just mine everything off of the map.
Till hell.
Till hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would take months.
possibly years.
Yeah.
Even on a
Pretty deep
small
game
map.
if you guys want to
Yeah.
check that out, I guess.
They also have a new one that's very similar, Starbound, which is kind of a futuristic. You land on a foreign planet, you have a spaceship kind of thing.
I've been playing that one.
That one, well, yeah, Bambi, go ahead and tell them a little bit about
It's
that
pretty
one.
much futuristic. It looks a lot better than Terraria. It's not 3D like Minecraft is, but it's actually very cool. They have different species that you can actually pick from. Like they have I can't really pronounce them, but they have a bird, a fish, a ape, a human, and a robot, and a flower thing.
Well, a flower thing.
She picked the plant person.
I've been playing everything. And right now, I was a human, and I just raped and pillaged an entire village.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, you actually have to stay close to fire, otherwise you'll freeze to death. You get hungry and stuff. So I mean, there's a lot of really cool aspects to that you
I
have to
haven't
like pay
dug yet.
attention
I haven't
to.
dug down. I want to
Yeah.
see what happens when I dig down.
Yeah, she hasn't even started digging. So
What about you, Dixon? What have you been getting into recently?
I have been way into a whole bunch of things. I beat like 7 games in the past 3 weeks.
Let's kind
story.
of
Let's
I've
talked about
shotgun some of them off real
I've
quick.
talked about Uncharted. I've talked about Bioshock Infinite on the show before.
Yes,
I've
you
talked
have.
about Batman, and I've talked about Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
So we'll talk, or no, I've talked about Diablo. So we'll talk about Assassin's Creed to rest on your laurels. I started
Yeah.
playing Assassin's Creed 3 recently, and I hated that game the first time I played through it, just to the part where I'm at. I never even beat it. And now I'm loving it. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm playing it on a PlayStation, to be honest with you. It's
Okay.
so pretty.
It's very
so
good looking.
pretty.
It's so pretty.
It's very good looking. There's a lot of stuff you can do on it. I love the ability to just lay waste to everybody with the new fight system. And
I
how it
killed
works
like
out.
that's the part that ticked me off the first time I played it because I couldn't get the hang of it, and now like I paid super close attention this time through.
Yeah.
And I wrecked like 30 dudes with a tomahawk the other day, and I felt
Right.
like a total
The
BA.
tomahawk and the dagger together is such a fun combo.
Yeah,
Like,
you just mess people up. You're like,
all right, well, we're about to head off to break. We'll be
When
back
we
in-
c- yeah,
when we
when-
come back, we're gonna cover, we'll catch up and finish the three of us.
yeah, the biggest thing we're going to be talking about when we come back, we've been talking about our favorite games and stuff that we've liked over the last decade, over all time. What we're going to get into when we come back is what makes a game great to each of us and how exactly what we're looking for in a good game. And we're going to see if maybe you guys share some of the same opinions.
If not, we don't give a fuck.
Right. Well, yeah. Honestly, yeah, we really don't care. You're listening to Unlocked Radio, and we, like usual, we'll be back in 10.
MSC Radio Network is teaming up with Toys for Tots and making the holidays brighter. Bring an unwrapped toy to the MSC studios located at 1419 East 40th in Cleveland. Donation days and hours are at mscradionetwork.com.
I know. Oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, burger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more. I can almost taste it. Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good. I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one Farmville request at a time. User-friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com. Yo, it's Woody. Now, I know a thing or two about women, and I want to help all the ladies out there take care of their men. Happy Endings Orgasmically Organic Massage Oil. Yeah, I said orgasmically organic, made right here in Cleveland. Now, no other product delivers this level of purity and performance. It's guaranteed to improve your overall experience and keeps that sensitive skin soft and smooth. Guys, don't be a tool. You're doing it anyway. Might as well do it right. Get your happy ending at happyendingsoil.com. That's happyendingsoil.com. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. With hundreds of live weather products and layers and thousands of combinations, Weather Studio provides a professional graphics and store monitoring solution without complex user knowledge and without the industry standard price tag of $1,000 plus broadcast systems. Weather Studio displays a plethora of critical atmospheric and geophysical data on an interactive GIS-enabled computer map. Get your free 14-day trial of Weather Studio at their website, weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. That's weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out.
Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. morningshowcentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to guitarcenter.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
And we're back, and I'm wearing a new hoodie. Anyways,
More Unlock Radio here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. Before the break, we talked about our favorite games of all time, our favorite games of the last decade, stuff that we're recently getting into. We talked about Toys for Tots, ladies and gentlemen. Toys for Tots is where you can, our last day to do it, donating toys for the toddlers, not for the tater tots. And you cannot donate tater tots to the Toys for Tots, even if it's a toy tater. I don't even know if those exist.
Mr. Potato Head's children.
Yeah. Actually, recently,
tater tots.
during the first half of our show, unbeknownst to us at the time, but someone actually came into the studio and donated $200 cash. So you guys need to get up off your ass, because that's going to be hard to beat. And you can't donate $5 worth of toys, something like that. Anything. This woman donated $200 cashish. It's a lot. That's a lot. Literally.
So don't say you don't got time to go to the store and get toys. Just donate money.
Yeah, whatever you got to do, man. It's for the kids.
Do what you got to do.
Do it for the kids.
All right.
All right. We said when we were getting back, we're going to talk about a little bit more instead of like the specific games.
Well, we still have to finish you, me, and Dina.
Oh, for what we've been into recently, I guess. Yeah. For me recently has been a few games. I want to say like, I got back into playing Sleeping Dogs again. I was doing Assassin's Creed 3, trying to 100% that, and then
Surprisingly seems very doable, by the way.
right. I don't even know. Like recently, I've been kind of all over the place. Dragon's Dogma, going through that a little bit, and then I picked The Sims back up again out of boredom. But
Yeah.
and then I've been like recently. I guess recently, what I've been recently doing most is I pulled out the old emulator and I started playing SNES games again.
Yeah, I was staring at Sega games when I went to the exchange earlier, so I was just like,
Tell us about the gem you found.
I want to bust out my Genesis again, but I found a Booger Man. They had it for $12. I was actually in awe because I've never seen Booger Man in a store, because it's not exactly a common item.
No, it's not like Balls 3D.
Yeah.
The fighting game that they had. It's like, we're not gonna make full character models. We're just gonna put everything in the spheres that we can easily round them and off, and then just have them beat the crap out of each other.
It's really funny because I actually just watched Angry Gamer episode where he was playing that, and yeah,
video game nerd.
yeah,
I love his movie reviews. Oh my god.
Oh,
he's fucking
so
hilarious.
good.
That guy he's a pissed off asshole, and I love him.
He is.
I-
My personal favorite is when he was bitching about Ninja Gaiden. And all
I
the
watched
stuff.
that one,
and
and
having
then
to go up to the mountains.
Yeah.
Like, I drop Q-tip, you catch with thumb.
Use your thumbs to go through the fan blades. Oh god, that was an epic episode. And then I watched his Christmas one,
Yeah.
which was
A lot of different stuff.
One of my favorites is he did the one about like the Bible game. I forgot the name.
Oh
of
my
it.
God, the Bible Adventures. Yes, I had played
Yes.
that game when I was a child,
And it was
trying to do
exact-
Noah and David and Goliath.
It was the exact same as I don't even remember. It was the exact same setup as the other game. It just they made it holy.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It was Nintendo. You could just put new 8-bit characters on it.
Pretty
new
much.
sprites.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been playing a little bit more of the retro style stuff. I did finally finish Pokemon Y. I did that actually a long time ago. Now it was like a week that I played
I'm
it, and then I was
still trying.
done.
Played it yet?
Yeah.
Neither have I.
What about,
Still
what about
trying.
you, Dina? Recent game?
Well, it's not a video game. I've been playing DC, the deck building game.
DC,
a hell
yeah.
of a lot.
See, we talk about video games a lot. We can get on all aspects of games. Why don't you tell us a little bit about DC? Granted, yes, some of us already know, but for the viewers.
It is a deck building game where you just, I don't know. Like
You have a
you're-
superhero that has an
You're-
ability.
yeah.
That is you. You are
You are
them.
a superhero. You have a starter deck, and you have a lineup, and you can purchase those cards, and they have attacks and defense, and they're worth power, which you use that power to purchase other cards to make your deck even more badass, and you're trying to defeat the supervillains, and it's, I don't know, it's sweet.
And at the end of the game, you count up your points, and whoever has the most points wins, because that's just how that works.
That's
Anybody who's
yeah.
ever played any deck building game, DC is one of the simplest and most fun to play.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really easy
So
to get
many
started.
variants.
You can get a lot of different. You can get a lot of. The strategy can be whatever you make it. They have different hero cards, which helps where you're going to tailor your deck to.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know about deck building games, basically, once upon a time in 2002, a guy tried to. He was really into Magic the Gathering, a trading card game that a lot of people have been into. It's really competitive. There's a lot of money in it still to this day. You know, what's been like out, it's been out for what, 20 years now that this game has been
It came out
21?
It came out in 93. So.
Yeah, so 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years it's been out. And somebody decided, you know what? This is a really fun game. A lot of people like to play it, but not everyone can afford all the best cards. And let's face it, the more money you have, the more likely you are to have the better cards and have the better decks. Some people say, no, it's all about how you piece it together, but cards
overall,
are random. When you buy
yeah.
booster packs, it's random. So the more money you spend on the game, the more likely you are to get the cards that you want and the cards that you
And
need.
even if you have, a good strategy, you still need to buy certain cards because, for example, you have Force of Will versus Counterspell. Force of Will, you don't need to pay any mana. Counterspell, you do. In a pinch, you kind of need that Force, but Force costs $70, whereas Counterspell costs like $3.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is Magic the Gathering has its own freaking stock market. A card will go up massive in value and be like $100 just because somebody will pull off this sweet combo with it in a tournament, and then next thing you know, that
card's value has
demand.
quadrupled.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of buying and purchasing things. You can even not play the game ever and still make hundreds of dollars. You probably make thousands of dollars if you trade everything right. Just trading the game.
Yeah,
it is technically a trading card. It's a collectible card game, but you can just trade the stuff in it as well. But basically, you can't really get into it without putting a bunch of money into it. And what somebody did was they decided to have that experience of purchasing and tailoring and building your deck and then using it in a game and turn that building of that deck into a gameplay element and put the entire package into one box so that at any point in time you can get your friends into it. Just open that one box and you have 200 some cards or whatever to deal with, and then you just have a lineup of things that everybody drafts and purchases. Because one of the big things with collectible card games like Magic and things like that is that they do drafts where you buy those cards and then you use those cards in the tournament. So now that is an entire gameplay element, and you do that. So you have Dominion was the original one that started that, and then you go on to games that you might want to check out are Thunderstorm, the Resident Evil deck building game is a big one, and then DC is another one, and then Ascension is probably the most closely related to Magic and also the most in-depth with about 5 different expansion packs that they have for that game.
Many of them don't have expansion packs, but Ascension has a lot.
Yeah,
and rumor has they're coming out with more, which just makes that game even more intense. Depending on what type of play you want to play, what kind of style you want to play, you can do it that way. It's iffy, but whatever.
Right. It's a decent way to get people into card games.
To me, I feel like Ascension, because it has all the expansions and that, it's like the halfway point between all other deck building games and just getting into a trading card game.
Yeah, that's very true. For people who are like really heavily into Magic, they'll get into Ascension really well because
now you don't have to buy new cards every time a new set comes out.
Right, you just have to buy that one expansion, then you're good to go with a bunch of people. Get them into that. DC is the simple version. For anyone who just likes superheroes and likes DC Comics, you'll be able to just figure it out, pick it up, and play it. There's only one type of power and currency go hand in hand. And you just are able to use that same amount of power to either recruit heroes, learn and acquire superpowers, purchase equipment, and defeat villains, and that all of that as you buy it
don't
goes
forget
into your
locations.
deck. And
locations.
Yeah, you get to and buying real estate too. You do all of that to make your deck even stronger and stronger.
Dad's
and it kind of works like on a Highlander aspect. You defeat the villain and you gain that. You defeat your opponent, you gain that opponent's ability. You just kind of you make your deck stronger and stronger and stronger. Then you count how well you built your deck at the end of the game. So it's kind of like drafting as a game.
So far, I believe Rio is the only person to ever beat me in that game, and I think we're 50-50 right now.
Oh, you're on later.
Unfortunately, I have to work tonight, but we'll reschedule.
Yeah.
We made it. All right. Moving on away from that game, because we just talked about the game for a good 7 minutes. Let's go about instead of just specific games. Again, what makes a great game? I want to find out what makes a great game for each of you.
All right. Now I'm gonna hold my Conquer's Bad Fur Day ground, and I'm gonna see if it incorporates all of you guys' ideas for the premier game.
We'll see.
Because I want to prove something here.
Dina, we're going to start with you. I want to actually see what is it. I mean, you are probably the more casual gamer out of us, which is completely okay. Casual gamers exist all over the place, and that you got to go. So you got to start somewhere. So what is it that makes games playable for you?
I would say replay value.
Okay.
Because you don't just want to buy a game for $50-$60 and just be like, oh, I'm done.
Go through the story and then that'd be it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know,
So
you
much
want to play it
replay value.
again. You want to do it a different way, use different characters. You know, you want to be able to get your money's worth, in my opinion.
So much replay value.
All right, so what replay value? That's pretty high on everyone's list. That's one thing. What about you, Dixon? If you had to pick a gameplay element, what is it that like makes a game great for you?
Tomahawks.
Storyline is definitely my biggest thing in a game. It has to have a good story for me to play it. Like, I really don't get into a lot of the little, like, time kill games like Angry Birds or Plants vs. Zombies or stuff like that because it just doesn't hold its salt for me. I would rather play a game for the story and let the story determine its replay value.
Right.
All right, that's two things so far that Conquer has.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Let's go over to Craven.
I'd have to say probably just the whole gameplay itself. Like it has to catch my eye, and it would have to definitely. The background is like the area, basically. I would say like the amount of time they put into the area.
Okay, so your environment that you're running around,
the environment,
being able
basically,
to get lost in the game.
The way you can interact with your environment.
Okay. Another thing that I agree with, and evidently Chip has that also.
Conquer has that.
All right, and Bambi?
Mine would have to be gameplay in general. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't play a game that has bad camera controls.
Okay, so you're all about the physics of the game.
It has to be
or the
fluid,
controls,
like
sorry.
the moves, everything. Because if it like one thing can mess up your entire your entire combo. Like say DC, like you could be pulling off this badass combo, and then one thing messes up, and then you just completely flunk.
DC Universe, by the way, for you guys that don't know.
Yeah, DC Universe.
Awesome game.
Yeah.
You can't just say DC. It's a little vague there, babe. Sorry.
I thought she was talking about Injustice at first, actually, but yeah, there's a lot of things like that.
I was watching her play Kingdom Hearts the one day, and the camera angle changed when she went to go do a jump, and she literally missed that jump like 10 times because of that, and had to go had to swim away. And
old school Mega Man games could piss you off like that if you just do it wrong. There's a lot of old school games like back when PlayStation and Sega Saturn, or those two, had a lot of games where like, oh, this game's really fun. Oh, these controls are shit. I can't move around, and I kind of want to get really good at this game. I want to play it. It seems kind of sweet. But
speaking of controls,
or anything for the
Jaguar,
Wii, any story-based game for the Wii kind of worked like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got replay value, we've got the gameplay mechanics, we've got the environment, all things that all pretty much things that I agree with, and we have story. I was probably gonna say story was probably the main thing for me. For me, it is. I like to get lost in the world. If I'm playing a video game, I'm doing it. I don't necessarily want realism, but I don't want super over the top either. I guess it depends on the game I'm playing. I want the game and the environment, the world, the mechanics and everything. I want it to make sense. I want it to all go together in a way that like I can actually put myself in this character and just play this game for like 4 or 5 hours, and where I kind of feel like I am a part of that world.
Well, you want the immersive experience.
I have a question for you. Have you ever woke up hungover and just wanted to hit a gargoyle with a frying pan?
Probably not, but it depends on who you're calling a gargoyle.
Like an actual gargoyle.
Not an actual gargoyle, no. But
I mean, he was being a dick, so I mean, he kind of deserved it. You also had
somebody who's being a dick hit them in the frying pan when I wake up in the morning. Yes.
Yeah, you wake up with a hangover. Scarecrow gives you some Alka-Seltzer. You know, like, hey, what's going on? And then someone's just being a dick. You hit him with a frying pan. He falls off a bridge laughing at you. I'm just saying that is the greatest start of a game that I've ever seen, and I couldn't stop laughing.
All right. Well, now you can't just take from what we were saying, but for you, what would it be for something that makes a game great?
For me, I want unexpected. I want things that I've never thought of or imagined, and I kind of like things almost chaotic in a sense. Mm-hmm. Like I want like, hey, I want to follow my storyline. I want to know what my objective is, but I want something to come out.
You don't want to be able to call it every
single time. I don't want to be like, and minion over there, and boss over there, and just like I don't like that. I hate the predictability in games. I want off the wall and random, but I still want a focus.
Yeah.
And because of all of the elements we've talked about, that's why I love Conquer.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you shit talk death. Come on.
Yeah.
I also realized that almost all of my favorite games involve a frying pan at some point.
Does
Fable, there's actually a mission to go find a frying pan that you can use as a
what
weapon.
about Darksiders? Is there a frying pan in that?
There actually was a frying pan at one point in the game.
Is it like a DLC weapon, or is
No,
it just
it wasn't a
there?
weapon. It's just there, and you can pick it up and throw it.
Oh, well, all right.
So you don't really get to swing it at somebody, but you can throw it.
You really need one of the horsemen wielding a frying pan, just like, I'm going to pick up this little frying pan here and...
It'd be really ironic if it was famine.
Kind of
Darksiders 3, famine.
Oh, that's all going to be about, let's say, playing Warcraft 2, but never building any farms. All right, so we've gone over pretty much all the little things that get... What about what you're looking for? Like, let's go with the remakes are pretty touchy subject.
Yes,
remakes can be really awesome. They can be really bad.
And they can let you down, like Conquer. Oh.
They could.
No, like the multiplayer in the N64 one was epic. Like you got to control either teddies or squirrels, whatever. When they remade it, you had a character class, so it was almost a Call of Duty style, and I fucking hated that. Because that wasn't what I wanted the game to be. I didn't want an FPS with cartoon graphics. I wanted, the chaotic, rambling mess where I can kamikaze someone with a grenade and where I waddle because I'm carrying a rocket launcher that's too heavy for me.
Mm-hmm. And then he finally jumped off the squirrel's nuts.
Finally.
So fuck you, remakes.
All right.
Sometimes.
Well, all right. If there was let's say if you had to pick a remake that you thought could actually be done well and that you really wanted to see, Dina, what would it be?
Oh my god. I don't even know.
Something from no game that you played in your past that you think would be really awesome that could be done really well now.
They could remake The Sims. Oh wait, they have. Every time a new one comes out.
17 times. Battletoads.
A new Battletoads. Okay.
A new Battletoads could be fun.
Actually, yeah, the 3D beat 'em up Battletoads. All right, that's one option. Dixon, I'm pretty sure he's going to have a lengthy explanation here.
Oh, I'm actually picturing like with a new.
That's really tough.
A new Battletoads. I'm picturing a lollipop chainsaw kind of thing.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. Like that just kind of popped up.
If I wanted a remake of a game, I would want like a full console, 3-dimensional Skyrim-esque Pokemon Red and Blue.
Okay, so Pokemon Red and Blue meets Pokemon Stadium meets the new Pokemon, so you actually have your open world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
But like Skyrim, just big, huge. You just walk everywhere.
I've always wanted one of those.
Go on an adventure.
I've always wanted one where you actually go around and you catch Pokemon and then you can control the Pokemon. So
like
it's like
Mystery Dungeon?
Hey, dodge this way, dodge that way.
Yeah.
Any others?
Yep.
That's a tough call. I mean,
One.
You have one? All right, let's hear it.
I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this game. I mean, I picked it up randomly because it looked cool and the mechanics looked really cool.
This is a video game show.
Magna Carta?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would like them to redo that because I don't think it got the gist of that it needed because it came out towards the end of PlayStation 2 when they were coming out with PlayStation 3, and it's actually a really good game. You can do a lot of stuff. You can interact with your party in ways that you regularly couldn't. Like you can get them gifts, and you can make your party stronger, so it makes your battle sequences stronger. You can actually, it's a turn-based system, but you can actually move around your character at the same time. They don't have to actually stand still.
All right. Well, it looks like
I'm
we're
saying
out of
Knights of the
time
Old
here.
Republic with a Force Unleashed combat sequence.
Yes.
And I'm saying Caesar's Palace or Vegas Steaks being remade into an open world. Actually using Vegas when it's not dead like Dead Rising 3 or Fallout New Vegas. I actually want to see it in there going open world Grand Theft Auto style like that, but actually being able to gamble and do stuff too, and then have some really sweet mafia stuff going on in there. But that's all the time we have. You've been listening on Unlocked Radio. We want to thank our guests, Craven, Bambi again, Dina again, and most of all our lovely Matthew Dixon here. And coming up next, High on Sports, here on the Morningshow Central Radio Network.
Don't
Have a
forget
good
to
night,
check us
guys.
out online, unlockradio.com.
Woo!